CEO Textoi Acute Murica Longo, Methushal 389 lists 28 false messiahs between the years 132 CE and 1744 CE Volume X, pages 252-255. Jesus was accepted as the Messiah. The historical evidence found in the Gospels demonstrates that Jesus was indeed the Messiah. Persons in the 1st century, who were in position to question the witnesses and examine the evidence, accepted the historical information as authentic. They were so sure of its accuracy that they were willing to endure persecution and die on behalf of their faith based on that assured information. The historical gospel records show that various individuals openly acknowledged that Jesus was the Christ, or Messiah. Mount 16. Joe 1. 41, 45, 49. 11. 27 Jesus did not say they were incorrect, and on occasion he admitted being the Christ. Mount 16. 17. Joe 4. 25, 26 Sometimes Jesus would not say pointedly that he was the Messiah. At times he directed others not to publicize it. Mr. 8. 29, 30. 9. Joe 10. 24, 25 Since Jesus was present where people could hear him and see his works, he wanted them to believe on the solid basis of this evidence, so that their faith would be founded on their own eyewitness view of the fulfillment of the Hebrew Scriptures. Joe 5. 36. 10. 24, 25. Compare Joe 4. 41, 42. Now the gospel record of what Jesus was indeed has been provided along with the Hebrew Scriptures, which supplied abundant information about what he would do, so that individuals may know and believe that Jesus is indeed the Messiah. Joe 20. 31. See Jesus Christ. Metals. More than 75% of the more than 100 elements known to man are metals. Gold, silver, copper, iron, and lead are all mentioned specifically in the Scriptures. The first biblical references to metals are in Genesis 2. 11 and 4. 22. In physical properties metals are opaque, fusible, and ductile. They have a metallic luster and are usually good conductors of heat and electricity. Chemically and physically the metals have certain distinguishing characteristics. For specific information and the scriptural occurrences, see the above-mentioned metals under their individual names. Also the heading refine, refiner. Metal worker. One who casts, hammers, carves, engraves, or otherwise works with metals. Isla 41. 7. The first forger of every sort of tool of copper and iron in recorded history was Tubal-Cain. GE 4. 22. Ancient metal workers made tools, household items, weapons, armor, musical instruments, ornaments, and figurines. Besides fashioning new items, they also did repair work. 2ch 24. 12. Many were specialists in working such metals as gold Ne3. 8, 31, 32, silver JG 17. 4. Ac 19. 24, or copper 2T4. 14. At times they formed a kind of association or guild. Ne3. 31. Ac 19. 24-28 Their trade called for skill in artistic design. The Israelites may have had knowledge of metalworking prior to their entry into Egypt, or possibly they acquired it there. By the time of the Exodus, they had ability to fashion a molten calf and a copper serpent. X32. 4. New 21. 9. More impressive, however, was the production of various metal items for the tabernacle service. Bezalel and his assistants were aided by Jehovah's Spirit in their metalworking. X31. 2, 3. 35. 30-35. Later, when oppressed by the Philistines, the Israelites were not allowed to have their own metal workers. This measure prevented them from making weapons. 1-13. 19-22 Doubtless for similar reasons Nebuchadnezzar took the metal workers and other craftsmen captive the first time he assaulted Jerusalem. 2 Chi 24. 14, 16. J 24. 1. 29. 1, 2. Methegama meth for example in Ma bridal of Amma possibly, Cubit. A place taken from the Philistines by King David. 2 8. 1 Since no site by that name is known, Methegama may well be a figurative term designating one of the principal Philistine cities. The parallel passage at 1 Chronicles 18. 1 says, Gath and its dependent towns. At 2 Samuel 8. 1 The American Standard Version evidently o textoi acute muritra longo, munim 390 munim me middle. Unim. On the basis of the name, the Munim are considered to have been an Arabian people residing in and around Maran, a city about 32 kilometers 20 miles of Petra. Judean King Uzziah 829-778 BCE with Jehovah's help, successfully warred against the Munim. 2 Ch 26. 1. 7 Perhaps at that time some of the Munim captives were constituted temple slaves, and therefore,